Rental assistance is keeping thousands of Columbus families off the streets during the pandemic. But for some people receiving that assistance, the stress of possible eviction still lingers.
NBC4 Investigates Jamie Ostroff found some landlords are still trying to oust their tenants. Jamie?
Yeah, Brad, Impact Community Action is the nonprofit that manages the rental assistance program, which gets millions of dollars from the federal government. The organization confirms that in a handful of cases, landlords won't accept payments from them. Some, they say, have even cashed the checks and then say they didn't get the money. I first met Katrina Strong last month. The single mom shared her story about leaving her trucking job to stay home with her children after schools closed last year.
It's 10, 11, 12. Even though we're going through all of this and they may be stressful because they're not in school, they're happy we're all together.
Strong is thankful for those priceless moments, but when it comes to the price of rent,
with them being out of school and me not being able to go to work, that's what's caused me to not be able to bring in the income that I used to bring in.
Strong fell behind on her payments. So she reached out to Impact Community Action for rental assistance. They approved and paid her landlord. But then
I still received an eviction.
I reached out to Impact to see if this happens to a lot of tenants they help. Emergency Services Director Letitia Chastang says most of the time, landlords are willing to work with them to keep families housed. Most of the time.
I will say that it is a mixture of different situations.
Chastang says there are several factors that could lead a landlord to evict, even if the tenant is getting rental assistance. Maybe they have a bad relationship with the tenant. Or maybe landlords just need to pay the bills. But on some occasions, it's fraud.
We have an internal audit team that audits all of our programs and services.
Use the number one.
In Strong's case, Impact contacted her landlord. He essentially chalked things up to a miscommunication. Strong and her kids were allowed to stay, but that didn't come without stress.
It's a lot. It took a lot of toll on me to where there were times I had to just remove myself from the situation so that my children don't see what I'm going through.
To spare families like Strong's that kind of stress, Councilwoman Shayla Favor spearheaded 3 housing for all ordinances that give tenants more protection. The first one requires landlords to provide a receipt for rent payments. The second allows tenants to choose to pay security deposits in installments. The third forbids landlords from denying someone housing because of the source of their income. These all passed last month and they take effect July 1st. Local for you, Jamie Ostroff, NBC4.